And on Tuesday, the SAR government and student leaders have held their first talks regarding demands for changing the way the region's next leader will be chosen. Our reporter Zhang Nini was in Hong Kong with more talks about Tuesday's meeting.
In downtown Hong Kong, thousands of protesters gathered at the main demonstration site near the government office, listening intently to the televised talks.
The meeting between the SAR government and the students have attracted wide attention in Hong Kong, and here in Admiralty, the largest demonstration area, protesters gathered to keep a close eye on the latest developments.
As had been widely expected, no breakthrough came out of Tuesday's meeting. Hong Kong's government reiterated its position that open nominations were not possible under Hong Kong law. One Hong Kong Educators Association says the open dialogue itself shows the government's sincerity in the matter.
I think the Hong Kong government has shown great sincerity in explaining its position and a mild attitude in the matter. The next step is up to the students, whether they would cooperate and end the demonstration.
Tang Fei says his organization is urging students to abide by the law or pursuing their rights to speak.
The illegal assembly of the students shows that they have a weak sense of the law. I think it's good for them to pursue their ideal, but the precondition is to abide by the law. They should not do so at the sacrifice of others' rights and interests.
Both sides have yet to decide whether to hold a second round of talks. Meanwhile, protesters continue to occupy the main thoroughfares in defiance of court orders. Zhang Nini, CCTV, Hong Kong.
The State Council has announced a major plan to boost the country's sports sector. It marks the first time that several ministries have collaborated on the release of new guidelines. It's hoped that the measures will increase sporting participation and development across China by all ages of society. Our reporter Su Yuting has more.
The government wants to accelerate the pace of sports and development and for sport to play a bigger role in driving economic growth. The government wants the sports industry to be worth 5 trillion yuan by the end of 2025. That's around 815 billion US dollars. Another target for 2025 is for 500 million people to do regular exercise, nearly half the population, and for the whole population to have access to sports facilities. As an incentive to the private sector, the government says it will cut business tax for new and high-tech sports companies by 10%, down to 15%. Other measures include introduction of private capital into the industry, especially in the construction of winter sports sites.
We hope that in a few years, the sports industry can become a new major driving force in China's economic development. The notion of investing in health is taking a firmer root among the people. The idea of physical fitness is gaining more attention.
The government is placing a greater emphasis on promoting 3 sports: football, basketball and volleyball. There is to be a long-term development plan for football, a sport in which China underperforms at international level. It includes the construction of new facilities and the promotion of football on school and college campuses. There are also measures for cutting red tape for sports events, something that the industry hopes will attract more funds.